welcome back to another episode of Los Chicos play Sonic DX. We were actually just talking about how I'm comfortable with Rosa seeing me dig my hand in my pants, and not for masturbation because that's me time, but
Okay.
it is.
It could be us time, but I mean,
no,
you're
it's
playing
not
out here.
How could we destroy our meat in front of each other? One of us is going to go soft.
That's it's a conversation for another
I
day.
know I would go soft.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Have you not seen my godlike physique?
1,000,000%. Oh. Anyways, we were talking about how comfortable I am with readjusting my genitals around Rosas. And if you're a male, well, I don't know if females have this issue. I assume some do if they're wearing something maybe too tight.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
feel like this is a thing.
I would, you'll know what I'm talking about. But when, it just through your motions of the day, walking or laying down, something's gonna put itself in an uncomfortable position, and you'll find that your genitals are not feeling normal. So then you gotta adjust your clothing, but doing so in a public space is kind of awkward, because if you're not putting your pants in there to adjust it directly, you're just kind of tugging at it from the outside, and you look dumb as shit.
See, that's the long-winded way of saying that your balls just kind of stick to your legs every once in a while.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, what do you
Sometimes I will just be sitting down. I'll sit down in a weird position where it'll just press it against itself. Not against my. It doesn't get stuck to my leg. It'll just be too tight. I'm dude, my dick can't even throb in this. But I gotta get this better.
Wait, so you need to be in a position in which your penis is able to throb.
Okay, I'll explain to you. Sometimes when I sit back like this,
Okay.
sometimes the boxers or the briefs or whatever you
Right.
want will tighten against it, and it feels like it's being choked. You know what I mean? It's pressed against my body.
You are wearing too tight of clothing, if that's the case. And I wear skinny jeans, so I don't know what your
I
problem is.
I don't think I am, because I've always been wearing loose clothing. It's just sometimes
You know what?
I will.
I think that's what it is. I think because Abraham, as you see in the thumbnails and stuff, he wears sweatpants a lot and sweaters. So that might be it. I think you're too used to the looseness.
Too used to the independence, the free.
Yeet.
Can you actually just do that?
Yeah,
Wow.
you can just eat them and that's it. All right, see you guys.
I guess he's dead. Wow. 2 episodes in, we've already destroyed 2 bosses.
Yeah, I think starting off with the Chaos Zero boss, when you start your game off with a boss, I think that's a bad idea, because
Really?
because you can't get used to the mechanics. Well, when you're Sonic or Mario or other platformers like Kirby or something like that, you have to kind of fiddle with the physics and the controls first before you get to do anything. Even in games like Devil May Cry or something like that, you gotta oh, he's having a great time. He's not even holding anything. What is he doing?
Oh, I guess he's just having he's just freaking. It's he's hitting the keys or something.
Oof. It's
Scoop
not good.
diddy whoop. He pooped the scoop. Where did the game? Oh, right, he stuck it. It's just floating there.
Yeah, that's also part of the lore.
He got some force field around his head or something.
No, because Dr. Robotnik, and this is true, he isn't human.
He's not human?
Okay.
I thought he was human.
According to the Sonic the Comics, he isn't human. He's a part of these super people, like Superman.
Wait, hold on. Robotnik and Eggman.
Oh,
are
he
the
just
same.
yeeted that. And he didn't even hit him.
Yeah, he just kind of sucked it in. Wait, Robotnik and Eggman are they different or the same?
They're the same. They're one and the same.
All right. I'm thinking of his Oh wait, fuck! Sonic X isn't
canon.
Canon, yeah. I was trying
Listen,
to think of canon.
depending on who you talk to, everything's canon. So he has no neck. That's one. And
Right.
2, he has no pee-pee. That's kind of weird.
He's just an egg body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, in the Sonic the Comics, he's not human. He's beyond human, because according to
Has the power to go further beyond.
exactly, that's why he lost all his hair. Because once you go Super Saiyan 4 and 5, you go to Super Saiyan Calvo, and then you go to Super Saiyan Blanco.
Bald. Oh.
Yeah, I'm serious. Happens. Do you not watch Dragon Ball X?
No.
Exactly.
I don't watch Dragon Ball at all. That's
Yeah.
just because I think Dragon Ball's a bad series.
I think we should discuss this right here, right now. So
Right
Abraham
now?
thinks that Dragon Ball
It's a bad
Z,
series.
Dragon Ball Z is a bad series, specifically.
I think I mean, I guess if you kind of go back all the way back to when Goku was a kid, the original one,
Yeah.
I think that was okay. You could even say it's good, but I think everything beyond that point just becomes, I think I've told you about this, and if I haven't, I'll discuss it now. Next Emblem B.
What's good?
but I'll discuss it now. Anime, especially like the fighting ones, have something called the escalation problem,
Right.
where everything has to get more intense because they don't know how to raise the stakes in any way. And this can be intensity of like powerful enemies or just raising the stakes. Like one day it could be, oh, I gotta save my town. Next day is like, oh, I gotta save the city, then the country, and then eventually it just builds up to like, oh, I gotta save the world. Or it'll always go like, imagine like a fantasy, right? Like you're just some dude, right? And you gotta go fight this wizard because he's causing whack shit, right? You're like, okay, fine, I'll go fight the wizard, and that's your thing, right? And then from that beginning, you're like, oh, you're the dude who beat that wizard, right? And the issue with the escalation problem for characters is that eventually, usually at least, eventually a character becomes so powerful, they become unrecognizable. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They become so strong, it's like they're not even who they used to be. Because you go from being the dude who beat the wizard to being the dude who beat, like, this centuries-old Dark Lord that's been resting.
Well, yeah, because with every kind of like those, hey, Tails, with every of those action, adventure, fantasy, whatever you want, like,
Right.
things can only go up, you know?
No, things don't have to go up.
Well, they either go up or they plateau, you know? So, like, as an example, right?
Yeet.
Goku as a kid, he was fighting like demon monsters and stuff. Like,
Right.
I think he fought the Demon King Piccolo. I was gonna call him like the Hell King, but that's not it.
No, that's not what it is.
But he already felt like this powerful being, so he can only go up from there. Same with Naruto. Like, they kind of like slowed it a little bit because like
They tried, but it was too late.
Yeah, because no matter what, it's inevitable. You can only go up.
I mean, but see, that's what I'm talking about. You're talking about stakes. There's ways to raise the stakes besides just like making it like whack stuff, right? That's ooh.
Oh, the pole kind of stopped me. There we go.
Right. Like I've been researching this because I'm trying to like write some interesting things.
Is it what I think it is?
What? Oh yeah, it is. It's that and more things. But I was trying to like I've already done it.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
I know I gravitate towards the railing.
Why?
It's part of it. This level's.
It's part of the lore.
No,
The rails have their own gravity.
no. It's just like this level in particular. For some reason, you just gravitate towards the railing,
Right.
and there's like no way to stop it. I don't know why. He just always constantly goes left.
Right.
But, yeah.
The raising the stakes thing.
Yeah. I mean, like you have to, cause like okay, even in Sonic as an example, right? Cause Sonic is the best anime known to mankind.
It is. It's true.
It is.
All the way back to the Genesis, where anime was created.
Exactly.
He was actually the first anime.
He was.
Fuck.
Well,
Well, like raising the stakes. Like, see, I've been studying this because I want to like write interesting things. And I'm not gonna say I'm a good writer. I'm probably the farthest thing from it because I still have huge issues that I recognize and I try to work on, but it's hard. Right? But I see these things. I'm like learning. Right? I'm just speaking like the knowledge that I've figured out. And there's a lot of ways to raise the stakes because a specific thing I was learning about was how saving the world is a relatively new concept to writing because this has only happened in like the past century or so.
Oh yeah, because like they didn't really have the world to. There
To
wasn't
think
much.
about.
There wasn't much connection to the world. 'Cause
Exactly.
Before then, it was either I gotta save.
Exactly.
The biggest it was is I gotta save my country. Like that was it.
Right, but that's the issue, right? It was about saving your own world, and this could be as small as like your hometown or your own like family member, and this is where we get the like distorted view where like of I think at least that like the stakes have to keep getting higher, because if it doesn't become the world, then I guess some like point is like some of the relevance is gone, because like what are you fighting for anymore? But I tried.
What are you fighting for?
Right, but I tried to like change that in something that I made where like it's just this dude is like, nah, fuck the world. There's like the problem is the whole place. He's like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna do it because I have my own motivation. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't raise the stakes to the point of the world, but it tries to raise the stakes where it's like his own personal thing that he has to do it for.
Yeah, and
Because it's incredibly valuable to him, and
No.
he doesn't want to do it for other people. He's like, if it helps, I guess that's cool, but I'm doing it for me.
well, those
and
stakes
then,
will be raised in general because they have to be raised. You know, like eventually they'll be like, oh, if it's me, it has to be like a more significant portion of me or whatever. It just keeps
Right.
going higher and higher and higher. That's the problem with storytelling
In general,
in general, I think.
is like
Because,
you have to have higher stakes.
well, it's the same with life too, because they'll be like, oh, you got to do something with your life, right? But like with each person, it's different.
Right, but depending on like what kind of lifestyle you want to lead, it could be relatively easy. I mean, the hardest thing in someone's life could be like, you know, it doesn't have to be like getting to work or everything, but it could be like overcoming like an anxiety or something, you know, and that's not relatively more difficult. You know, it's not like, I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do, but it's definitely not like, if you tell people, oh yeah, the hardest thing I ever had to do was overcome my anxiety, it's not gonna be on the same level as like, oh yeah, I had to beat cancer or something, right? But it was significant to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's.
But there's still gonna be problems that individual, like overcoming anxiety or whatever, he's gonna eventually deal with something more powerful. Not more powerful.
See, that's what I'm saying. It raises the stakes.
Right. No, I
that's
mean
where
like
we get the idea.
I
know.
for like
what you
entertainment,
mean.
like entertainment purposes. Where am I
Yeah.
supposed to go? No, for like entertainment purposes, it's that's where it gets happening. You know, like for you to be entertained with life, stakes have to be raised each and every time. For example,
Oof.
that's a long. Got him. Yeah, we got him.
This concludes this episode of.
Yeah, we went from like ball grabbing to what makes life exciting.
What makes things exciting.
Yeah.
And on this episode is concluded, and next episode we'll talk about probably more bad story things.
Way to go.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.